Welcome to another edition of You're in the Stall. I'm Taylor Wilkerson, joined with special guest Alex Engelbert, a Franklin College baseball player, and Chase Howell, a writer who's had articles published on ESPN the magazine, the Cincinnati Enquirer, and online at redlegsnation.com. First off, Alex, why don't you start for us, since you are a current baseball player and you might be in the game where there has been performance enhancers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Taylor. I'll get right to the point and very specific too. I don't think there is any single one thing that has destroyed, or not say destroyed, but that has brought down the level of respect in baseball than the use of steroids. For the past few years, especially the first decade of this 21st century, I think steroids have plagued the game to a point where it's dropped ratings. People have stopped respecting and looking up to the athletes that play the game, and quite frankly, it's just made a mockery out of it. You know, we talk about the great thing about the 20th century was that baseball back then was truly the national pastime, because when you cheered your heroes and your athletes out there on the field, you knew that it was legitimate. It was legitimate talent that was taking over. Today, with the pressure of big money, I guess that has made it okay. These athletes are sacrificing their own personal integrity just to get ahead in this game. You know, the millions of dollars that they make seems to blind them to the fact that they are cheating. It drives me nuts that maybe someday some of the athletes that have used steroids in baseball will be in the Hall of Fame. That just drives me nuts. As a man that has been there and see the plaques hang, if I ever see Barry Bonds' plaque in there or Mark McGwire's plaque in there, I myself might not be a baseball fan anymore. I think steroids single-handedly have destroyed the reputation of baseball in this country.
Well, just to go a little bit further, I understand that completely, and I'm currently writing an article about that. However, one of the counter-arguments is performance enhancers. If you did not test positive for steroids or other performance-enhancing drugs, how can you say you're a cheater? Hank Aaron, the all-time hit king, or home run king, I know Barry Bonds broke his record, but many believe Hank Aaron is the home run king. He used greenies, which is a banned substance. He used greenies when he was in Major League Baseball. It was not a banned substance then, so how can you consider that cheating? Mark McGwire, a very well-known andro user, is the only thing he's known for, admitted to using. Many people guess and speculate that he's used steroids, but he retired in 2001 before steroids became illegal in 2002. How can you consider that cheating? And you know what? I'm going to take Chase's side of view before we actually get into this argument, because it can go either way. There's not a clear-cut answer.
Well, to take it just even a little bit farther, Alex, you're an athlete. As an athlete, you try to get the best edge you can, okay? Yes, we're calling these drugs performance enhancers. You know what else is a performance enhancer? Gatorade is a performance enhancer. New technology in bats enhances your performance. Better balls enhance the performance of baseball players. So are we going to ban the newest bat because it helps players hit it farther? Performance enhancer is a tool. It's a steroid that helps an athlete become the best athlete they can be. It helps the human body become the strongest, the most agile thing that it can be on the field to better help the team. So yes, it's a drug. If it has side effects. If that athlete wants to take that risk to better his career, to make himself the best player for the team and for the game. And you talk about how steroids really just took a hit to baseball. Let's look back at the home run race between Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, these guys that you'll never visit. That's when baseball was just rejuvenated, because people just became entranced by this race. And now tell me that couldn't have been possible without steroids. So what I think, it's a tool, just like any other drug that they take. Heck, Tylenol, cortisone shots before games, okay, to take away the pain. Now, I just think a performance enhancer is just that. It enhances your performance. The only thing that really has blown this out of proportion is the media. That's the reason that these are illegal, because the media has taken them and made these guys that are doing the best they can to be the best they can at their jobs and made them villains. Now, how is that fair? To me, I think they are doing the best they can to become the best athletes they can. And if this helps them to get the edge, so be it.
Well, that's going to conclude this edition of You're in the Stall. I'm Taylor Wilkerson, along with special guests Alex Engelbert and Chase Howell. And thanks for joining us in the stall.